Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to yoga. We're going to start our afternoon's practice in a seated position. So go ahead and find a comfortable cross-legged position in the middle of your mat that works for you. You can shift around in any way that feels good. If you'd like to come sit up on a block, feel free to do so. Especially when you come into a seat, if you notice that your knees sit up a lot higher than your hips, you can feel free to sit on that block. It'll help bring the hips and the knees in one line. And even when you come into a seat, you want to roll the shoulders forward, roll them back, tuck the chin, take the ear to the shoulder, reach up high overhead, anything that feels good as you just get ready for your practice. And when you're ready, anywhere there's a block, You'll find stillness in your seated here. So you can release the arms to the thighs, palms can face up or down. You could place your left hand to your heart, your right hand to your belly. You could bring your palms to connect, let the thumbs come to the sternum. You decide what feels good, what feels right. You have the palms resting on the thighs. See if you can traction your elbows back just a little bit more so they're underneath your shoulders. So you can open across your heart and your shoulder blades a little bit more. If you have your palms connected or one hand to the heart or the belly, maybe take the ears and then let them settle down the back one more time, opening up nice. See if you can sit with a nice straight spine. Pull the belly in, protect that low back. Eyes are closed. Feel your breath. Notice the inhales and the exhales in and out through the nose. Strong deep breath. See if you can get the inhale to start deep in the belly and feel it flow up through your ribs, through your chest. And as you exhale, feel the air release from the chest, the ribs, the belly. I'll share a reading with you as inspiration for our class today. It's called Generate Kindness. As you move through your day, acknowledge people you meet, offering them basic and polite respect. Sometimes simply saying hello or even thank you makes a far greater difference to that person than you might imagine. We never know what is happening in another person's life, and the smallest gesture can make others feel that they are not invisible, that they are worthy of acknowledgement and that they matter. And this is a great gift to give. Sometimes you'll receive the same type of respect that you have offered, and other times you will not. It doesn't matter because the point is not about reciprocity. The point is about generating thoughtfulness and kindness in the world. Try it for a day, not looking for outside affirmation, but looking within yourself, feeling good about who you are in the world, and that you have made it a kinder place in which to live. The point is about generating thoughtfulness and kindness in the world. And if that isn't the root of our yoga practice, what is, right? We come into this room, we come onto our mats to generate that thoughtfulness and that kindness towards ourselves, to give ourselves a little bit of self-care, to reinvigorate and re-energize ourselves so that we can go out and share that energy and that invigoration with others. So this reading reminds us that not only do we think about thoughtfulness and kindness towards ourselves, but we share that kindness without any expectation out in the world. looking within yourself, feeling good about who you are in the world. I offer you that this afternoon as an intention for your practice. Feel free to use it. Feel free to set your own. And then let's take 2 deep breaths together. Go ahead and empty out all the air from your lungs. And with your feels, get down deep in that belly. Get a deep inhale. Feel the rise of your belly, the rise of your ribs, the rise of your chest. And on your exhale, feel that. Then the ribs, then the belly. Nice audible exhale. Good. Feel the lips. Let's do it again together. Deepest breath here. You'll even feel that expansion of the side body on the inhale. Exhale. Feel the contraction of the side body on the exhale. Good. And then you'll feel the lips and continue to breathe in and out through the nose. Use that same forcefulness, right, so you can slightly hear the inhales and the exhales as a guide for the practice. Awesome. 2 more rounds of breath and then we'll move. Beautiful. On your next inhale, we're going to shift into a tabletop position. Go ahead and place that block off to the side. Hands and knees, shoulders over wrists and hips over knees, tops of feet flat, neutral spine, belly button parallel to the mat to start. Start off with a couple. Drop the belly down and gaze up. And on the exhale, round, tuck the chin, press the mat away. Couple just like that. Use the breath moving, warming up the core, warming up the spine. Take about 1 more, and then we're going to add on here. So find a nice flat back, a neutral spine, root the hands, step 1 foot back followed by the other. Find a high plank. Good. Firm up the legs, find the space between the ribs and the hips, pull it closer together, heels over toes, shoulders over wrists, gaze at the top edge. Rock forward on the toes, and we're going to lower down on our exhale. You can go everything at once, or knees and chest and chin. And then I want you to push back to a child's pose, hips to the heels, forehead to the mat. Big toes touch. Extend the arms out in front of you. Nice. 1 more breath right here. Then back to that tabletop position. We'll take a round of cow and cat, and we'll meet in a high plank. So on the inhale, arch the spine, shift the gaze, never constricting the breath. Exhale, round, tuck the chin, press the mat away. Inhale, find that flat back, and exhale, step it back into that high plank. Nice job. Fire up that core, gaze at the top edge. Rock forward on the toes. Use your exhale to lower down, keeping the elbows in tight. Good. Push back to a child's pose, hips to the heels, forehead to the mat. You take your knees out as wide as you are comfortable. Good. 1 more breath here, and then we're going to do just 1 more round like that. Next, inhale back to that tabletop position. Use that in-breath, arch the spine, shift the gaze. Use the exhale to round and tuck and press away. Use the inhale, find that flat back. Use that exhale for that high plank, 1 foot back followed by the other. Good. Nice firm body, firm legs. Good. Rock forward on the toes. Use your exhale to lower down. Push back to your child's pose, hips to the heels, forehead to the mat. Using this moment to remind yourself that child's pose is available to you at any point in the class whenever you need it. Next, inhale back to a tabletop position. Leave the hips directly over the knees. Start to walk the hands out in front of you. Either playful puppy, hands are at 45 and ears drop in line with the biceps, or melting heart where the chest, the chin, or the forehead can go all the way down to the mat. The hips stay lifted, right? Difference from child's pose. Hips are over the knees. Yep. That's good. Breathe into the shoulders. This is a shoulder opener. You can also extend the arms if you want to flip the palms to face one another. That's fine. About 2 more breaths right into those shoulders. Nice. Move slowly and mindfully. Take the hands back under the shoulders. Let's take maybe a palm print out in front of us, walk the hands a little bit forward. Let's go into a down dog. Curl the toes and lift the hips. First downward facing dog here. So make an upside down letter V and let's move around here. You can shift the hips side to side. You can bend into one leg followed by the other, right? You could shake your head no, then yes. Any movement? Awesome. After your next exhale, we're going to take the feet up to meet the hands, however you want. You can step, you can jump, you can tiptoe. Get the feet up to meet those hands at the top edge. Good. And then with nice straight legs, we're going to half lift, Ardha Uttanasana. Take the hands to the shins, maybe to one of your blocks, heart forward, flat back. Keep the weight forward towards the ball mounts of the feet. Yes, perfect. So those hips, those knees, those ankles stack. Nice job. Inner thigh spiral to the back of the room. On the exhale, let it go. We're going to do it one more time. Inhale, come up halfway, right? We want straight legs. We're stretching through the backs of the legs, right? From the heels to the glutes. Exhale, fold. Soften in the knees, root through your feet, and rise up. Take the arms out and up overhead. Take them to your heart. So we're going to run through 2 rounds of the sun salutation B with a couple modifications. All right? So we're going to have a nice standing posture here. Spread the feet nice and wide. On the inhale, sweep the arms out and up. Take the right hand and grab the left. Let's get super tall on the inhale. And as you exhale, reach up and over to the right. Pull that left rib and left inner shoulder back. Pull the chin away from the chest. Breathe into the side body. On the inhale, let's come back up through center. Use your exhale to switch your grip. Take that left hand to the right wrist. Get really tall so the ribs separate. And then exhale, reach up and over. Push the hips to the right. You're pushing into the outside edge of that right foot. Feathering that right rib back. You're going to come up through center on the inhale. Good. On the exhale, we're going to sit back into a chair pose. You're going to shift the weight into the heels as the hands come to your heart. Nice flat back, so we're not over-rounding or over-arching in that low back. Shoulders down the back, weights in the heels. Take an inhale. We're going to drive through that right shoulder, twist open to the right, keeping the forearms parallel. And then when you get there, open up the arms, spreading the fingers nice and wide. Coming back through center, letting the palms connect and driving through the left elbow. Stay here for the in-breath, and on the exhale, drive through the left elbow, twist to the left, and when you get there, open up the arms. Bring them back to connect, and come back to center. Take an inhale, and then forward fold on the exhale. Good. Place a little bend in the knees. You're going to take the left leg and cross it over the right. So the outside edges of the feet are parallel. You're going to hug everything into the midline. Come up halfway, maybe hands to the shin underneath the knee or the block. And then as you exhale, optional walk the hands up and over the upper right corner of the mat. You can keep them at center. You can keep them on a block. Nice. Use your next inhale to come through center, and we're going to switch the legs. You're going to unwind. Good. Then take the right over the left, outside edges of the feet parallel. Good. Come up halfway. Feel that weight shift forward in the feet. Lower down, and then maybe walk the hands up and over to the left. Feel that IT band. Nice. Come back through center, unwind both legs. Halfway lift, heart forward, flat back, weight still forward, right? Hips, knees, ankles are still stacking. Good. Exhale, fold, plant your hands separate, jump back to a high plank. Use the in-breath, rock forward on the toes, use the exhale to lower down. We're going to find a back bend here. Okay, tops of feet come flat, knees are lifted, pelvis is rooted. Feet can be hip distance apart. We're going to float the cobra. So press the tops of feet down, knees lift, pelvis roots, and on the inhale, pick up the chest, the head, and the ribs. If you want, you can pick up your hands. Elbows are in tight. We push the tops of the feet down so we can lift the ribs even higher up away from the mat. Good. Use your exhale to lower down. We're doing one more just like that. Tops of feet flat, knees lift, pelvis roots, inhale, rise, chest up, head upward up, maybe hands up. Good. Exhale, lower down. Hands are under the shoulder heads. We're going to go back to a down dog. So you can reverse table, you can reverse plank. You decide how you're going to get there. Use the inhale to push up. Use the exhale to lift the hips. Press the chest towards the thighs. Excellent. Inhale the right leg up and back. Exhale, step the right foot forward in between the hands. Find a runner's. Right knee is over right heel. Left heel is over left toes. Hips are square. Right hip back, left hip forward. On the next inhale, let your fingertips hover just 2 inches away from the mat. Let the belly button work towards the top of the thigh. Good. And then now on the next inhale, dig into the right heel. Let's rise all the way up. Sweep the arms out and up overhead. Back the shoulders up over the hips. Scan the body here. If you've got any tension in your low back or the front of the left hip, pick up your left heel and then take a little bend into that left knee. Awesome. Root and ground through that right heel. Lift up through the fingers so you can turn your pinkies in and your thumbs out. Get a little more in those upper arms, right? Excellent. One more breath. Take an inhale. Exhale. Take the hands down and frame the right foot. Push into the hands, fire up the core, 3-legged dog. Right leg goes up and back. Exhale, right knee right, elbow flex that foot, lift the shin, gaze comes forward. One more, inhale the right leg up and back. Right, tricep, shoulder, whatever works for you. Good. Inhale the right leg up and back. Exhale, let it go. Inhale your left leg up and back. Exhale, step the left foot forward in between the hands. Get your runners. Right, left hip back, right hip forward, left knee over heel, right heel over toes. The next inhale, the fingertips just come 2-3 inches. Feel that weight shift into your left heel, right? Next inhale, rise all the way up. Sweep those arms out and up. Nice, nice and tall. Belly's in. Nice. Find your alignment. Here's biceps. Reach and extend, right? We get even taller. Take an inhale, exhale, hands come down, frame the left foot, push into the palms. 3-legged dog, left leg up and back. As you exhale, left knee, left elbow, flex that foot, lift that shin. Good. Inhale, up and back, one more. Exhale, crunch. Inhale, up and back, exhale, let it go. Awesome. After the next exhale, step or jump the feet to the hands. Awesome. Hang out here, ragdoll, for a couple of breaths before we go into the second set. You can grab opposite elbows. You can take the hands to the nape of your neck. You can straight legs. You can bent knees. Just another moment. All right. Half lift, heart forward, flat back. Feet are hip distance apart. Exhale, fold. Root down and rise. Let's stay arms out and up overhead. Right into the side stretch. Right hand grabs left wrist. Lengthen on your inhale. Reach up and over as you exhale. Inhale up through center. Use the exhale to switch the grip. Get tall on the inhale. Exhale, reach up and over. Inhale up through center. Keep the arms reaching up overhead. Shift the weight back into your heels. Bend the knees and drop your hips for your chair pose. Keep the arms extended right now. Ears and biceps in one line. Good. This time, I'm going to go straight out in front of you. Shoulders will plug. Exhale, we'll twist open to the right arm back forward. Stay in the twist. Palms will connect. Forearms will come parallel. And if you want, left elbow will drop outside of right thigh. If it doesn't, it can drop inside the thighs or it can come to the mat or to a block. Awesome. Come up through center on the inhale. Reach the arms up overhead. Get them in line with the biceps. Good. Let's do the other side. Make sure your knees are over your heels. Can you see your toes? Now extend them straight out in front of you and then open arm twist to the left. Reach equally forward and back, then let the palms connect, forearms come parallel, and then maybe drop that right elbow outside of the left thigh. Make sure the weight's staying back into your heels. Spiral your right rib down and your left rib up. Good. Come back through center on the inhale. Let's fold this one on the exhale. Awesome. Keeping the feet hip distance, come up halfway, heart forward, flat back. Then we're going to shift the left hand directly underneath the nose to the mat or to a block and bend into the left knee. Take the right hand to the right hip. You're going to reach the crown of the head forward on the inhale. We're going to twist open on the exhale. That left hand can come to a block if you need it. Excellent. On the exhale, the right hand comes down. We're going to switch. So shift that right hand underneath the nose, bend into the right knee. Take the left hand to the hip. We're going to reach and lengthen the spine first, then we're going to twist. Excellent. Feel the energy pushing underneath the right hand and reaching up through those left fingers. And on the exhale, keep the left hand down. Inhale, halfway lift, heart forward, flat back. Exhale, fold, plant the hand, step or jump back to a high plank. Rock forward on the toes and we'll lower down to the belly. We're going to start with half cobra. You're going to slide the hands back and then you're going to just push into the palms and come up halfway. Tops of the feet are flat, knees are lifted, pelvis is rooted. Good. Elbows are still in tight. Try not to let them flare out. Good. Exhale, lower down. If you want to slide them back just a little bit more and you want to come into full cobra or any other variation of a cobra, you decide. Keep the integrity of the legs and use your inhale to rise. When you come up, the shoulders come down and away from the ears. And then lower down. Shift those hands back under the shoulders, curl the toes. You decide, reverse table, reverse plank. On the inhale, rise. On the exhale, downward facing, hips up, chest down. We use that core and that pelvic floor to help lift the hips, right, so we don't dump into the low back. Good job. Inhale that right leg up and back. Exhale, right foot steps forward in between the hands. Good. Right hip back, left hip forward, right knee over heel. Pick up the left heel over the toe and rise all the way up this time. Arms go out and up overhead. Good. You're going to flip the palm face to the front of the room. You're going to dig into that right heel. And as you exhale, you're going to bring the elbows down and the left knee down to a hover. See if you can push the elbows forward, spread the fingers wide, shift the gaze up and hold and breathe for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Release. Inhale up. Exhale, hands come down and frame the right foot. Push into the palm, three-legged dog. Right leg goes up and back. Pause here. Open your hip. Bend into your right leg. Stack your right hip over the left. Good. Fire up the core. Pull the belly in. Take an inhale. As you exhale, that right knee is going over to the left elbow or the left tricep underneath you. Good. Inhale, open back up. One more. Stack the right hip over the left. And exhale, twist one more time and crunch. Right knee over to the left elbow. Good. Open it up and release. Right foot comes down to meet the left. All right, let's do the left side. Inhale that left leg up and back. Exhale, left foot steps forward in between the hands. When you got the legs, use your in-breath to rise. All right. Wherever you are, we want to pick up that back heel so that when we take that knee down, we're not putting any extra stress in the front of that right hip, okay? Reach up through the hands, split the palms. Exhale, bend into the elbows as the right knee comes down, and then add the back bend. Push the elbows forward more, spread the fingers wide. Yeah, hold 5. Press into that left heel. 3, 2, and 1. Rise. Take the hands down and frame the left foot. Three-legged jump. Left leg goes up and back. When you're ready, get into your hip opener. Stack that left hip over the right. Flex that left foot. Good. Take an exhale, twist. Bring that left knee over to that right elbow. Put it open, back up, stack the hip. Exhale and twist. Get into that oblique. And then inhale, back up, take the left foot down. Roll forward into a high plank and lower to the belly and find a child's pose. All right, we're all warmed up. It's Friday at 4:30, right? We got to knock this week out of the park. Couple of deep breaths right here. If you need to cool the body down, you take open mouth exhale. One more breath. All right. Inhale to a tabletop position. Step your right foot forward in between your hands. Curl your left toes, pick up your left leg. Stay right here. Okay? Take both hands inside the right foot. Spin the left foot flat to face the left-hand side of the room. So your legs are in warrior two. Check right heel to back heel or right heel to back inner arch. Pull your right glute back towards your left heel so the hips start splaying out. Walk your hands to the upper left corner of your mat. Drop your ears in line with your biceps. Now watch as you shift it into this that you didn't lose your right knee. Right knee stays over heel, not over toes. Okay, so you can either shift back or widen the stance. Find your lunge. Awesome. Walk the hands back in, keeping them on the inside of the right foot. That right forearm is the glute of that right shin, and that right hand can either come to a block or the mat. And then we're going to take the left arm straight up to the sky. The integrity of our legs is the same. We're just opening our heart. We're stacking our shoulders. We're going open to that left side of the room. Engage directly to the left or down at your right big toe, whatever feels comfortable on your neck. Take an inhale. Take an exhale. Dig into the right heel edge of the left foot. Warrior two, rise up. Take your left hip and spiral it back and down so you fit even with your right. Did I say that right? Yep. Awesome. Strong arms, strong legs. We gaze over that right middle finger. As we move, we're going to keep the hips square. So try not to let this left hip kick up. Okay, push into the heel of that right foot. And on the inhale, straighten out the right leg and let the palms touch. And on the exhale, sit back into your warrior two. And on the inhale, straighten out the front leg, let the palms touch. And on your exhale, sit into side angle. We're going to take that right forearm to the top of the right thigh, reach the left arm up and overhead. Still pulling the right glute back towards the left heel, spiraling that left rib back and down. Good. Left arm is nice and straight, reaching high up overhead. Your bicep one line, maybe pinky down, thumb up. Good. We're not staying super long in that right side body. No collapsing here. Looks awesome. No gripping with the toes. Stay heels. Awesome job. On the next inhale, come up for your warrior two. Reverse it. Reach up and back. Breathe into the side body. Nice. We're not going to move the upper body. Straighten out your front leg once more. Nice. Little reverse trikonasana. Keep the legs. Bring the arms parallel to the mat. We're going to work in a triangle. If you need to, shorten your stance. Heel toe that back foot in a little bit. Now let's move the hips. Let that right hip drop down so the left hip cannot kick up. So you're staying really long in the right side body, just like in your side angle. You're going to reach your right fingers as far as you can forward and then tick-tock the arms just like we did in the bent knee version of this. Okay, that right hand comes to the shin, maybe just below the knee. Okay, alignment over depth. So I'd rather have your hand higher up your shin and you have opening in the side body and the hips and the chest than collapsing forward and taking your hand down lower. Nice. Same thing with the gaze here. You can gaze forward to the left, right? You can gaze down at the big toe, whatever feels best on you. Push the hips forward, lean the torso back. Shoulders are stacking. Left arm should go straight up to the sky. Awesome. We're going to take one more breath here. And on the exhale, the left hand's going to come down. You're going to bend into the right knee. We're going to turn the left foot in slightly, so it's about 45 degrees. Straighten back out into the right leg, push into the bottom of the right big toe. Bring the torso parallel to that right thigh, and we're going to twist. Left hand to the mat or to a block, Right hand goes to the hip. Lengthen out the spine and then twist open to the right. Good. Both legs are straight here. Nice. One more breath. Breathing into that lovely IT band. You're welcome. Have a great day. Oh, sorry. Okay. Exhale, let it go. Okay. Frame your right foot. Spin all the way up onto the left toes. Okay. Then we're going to take the right hand inside the right foot. Heel toe that right foot towards the upper right corner of your mat. So open up, wide stance with the right foot. And then the left knee is going to come down, going into lizard. Top of that left foot comes flat, hips come forward and down. You can lower down onto your forearms if that feels good, maybe forearms on a block. Either from the left arm or the left palm, you can open up your own hip, take that right hand inside of the right thigh, lift through the back of the heart and rotate open. And about a breath or two more here. You want to take a quad stretch. You can reach back with your right arm, reach for your left leg, work the heel in towards the glute. This will shift into Malasana. Come back to the palms, curl the left toes, lift the left leg, step the left foot outside of the left hand and squat it down. Proud chest, tailbone straight down. The heels are lifted or flat to the mat, either one's fine. You can use the elbows to press the thighs away. It helps to keep the weight evenly distributed in the feet. Awesome. And stay here. If you want to add a twist, right arm goes out to the right. Inside edge of the right thigh pushes into the right tricep, not the elbow. And then the left arm goes high. If you bind, you're more than welcome. Exhale that left hand down, take it out to the left, fingers point to the left, pushing into the tricep, sweep the right arm high. And then release. Okay, everybody plants their hands, hips can lift halfway. Your right foot is going to stay exactly where it is. It's a large step back with the left, coming onto the ball mount of that left foot. Activating our lizard here, firming up this left leg, keeping the left heel over right. You can hug that right inner thigh into that right tricep, push into the palm, gaze at the top edge of your mat, pull in the pelvic floor and sit for 10, 9, 8. You want a little bit more into the core, pick up the right heel for 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Push into the palms, three-legged dog. Right leg goes up and back. Right foot meets left, and if you want to slow, slow. And take your back bend. We'll meet in a downward facing dog. Great work. Let's do the second side. On the inhale, roll forward into a high plank and rock forward on the toes. And lower down to the belly. Find a back bend. Lift through the back of the heart. And then lower down. Push up to a tabletop position. And step the left foot forward in between the hands. Curl the right toes and pick up the right leg. And then spiral the right foot to face the right hand side of the room. Shift the left hand inside of the left foot. Warrior two legs. So right foot flat to the mat, toes face the right or ever so slightly turned in. And then add your lunge. Walk the hands to the upper right corner of your mat. Still pull the left glute back towards the right heel. Drop the ears in line with the biceps. Watch you don't lose the integrity of your legs. If you've lost the knee, either pull it back or widen the stance from front to back. Keep the legs, walk the hands in, place that left forearm to the inside of that left shin, plant that left hand to the mat or to a block, reach the right arm high to the sky for that bent knee triangle. Noticing how the shoulders stack, how the torso opens to the left. We're going to use that in our full Trikonasana, right? Good. Dig into that left heel on the inhale. Let's come up our warrior two. Drop the right hip back and down to meet the left. Beautiful. If the front knee comes past the heel, widen the stance. Check that your left heel and your right heel are in one line, or your left heel and your right inner arch are in one line. Keep the hips even. Push into the ball mound of the left big toe. Inhale, straighten out the front leg as the arms reach and touch overhead. Exhale, sit back into your warrior two. Inhale, straighten out the front leg, touch the palms. Exhale, sit into your side angle, forearm to the thigh. Right arm reaches high overhead towards the front of the room. Excellent. Push the hips forward, spiral the right rib and right inner shoulder back. Inhale up to your warrior two. Reverse it, reach up and back at the side body. And then straighten out the front leg once more, feeling that shift again, back into the ball mound of the left foot. And now work the arms parallel to the ground. Adjust the hips. Left hip drops and right hip kicks up. Front leg is straight. Triangle. Good. Shorten the stance if you did so on the other side. Reach that left hand as far forward as you can. And then drop it down and reach the right arm straight up. And again, we can gaze straight to the right wall. We gaze down at the left big toe. You can also gaze up if that feels comfortable on your neck. Keep pushing under the ball mound of the left big toe so there's no hyperextension. Then one more inhale. As you exhale, the right hand comes down and the left hand frames that left foot. We are going to turn those right foot into a 45-degree angle. Both legs are straight. Both heels are touching the floor. If that's not available to you, shorten the stance so that you can get both legs to touch. Right hand to the mat or to a block underneath the right shoulder. Left hand to the hip. Reach and lengthen the crown of the head forward. Exhale and twist. Excellent. Breathe into that IT. Reach up through the left finger to ground through the right. Awesome. As you exhale, left hand comes down. Bring that left foot, spin all the way up onto the right toes. So now the right foot, right hip is square to the front of the room. Shift the hands inside the left foot. Heel toe the left foot to the upper left corner of the mat. And then drop the right knee down. Top of the right foot comes flat. Take the hips forward and down and find your lizard. Palms, forearms, open hips, whatever feels good. If you took the quad stretch, feel free to shift. If you're twisting, open your own hips. Keep the back of the heart lifted and rotating open, that left rib up and back and that right rib down. One more cycle of breath and then we'll meet in Malasana. Go ahead and curl the right toes, pick up the right leg, push into your palm, step the right foot outside of the right hand. Squat it down, tailbone goes straight down, proud chest. Okay, extend the arms straight out in front of you. We're going to come up halfway. Pulse into the heels, pull the pelvic floor in for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Hands can down, legs can straighten if you need it for a moment. And we're going to bend slightly back into the legs. Left foot's going to stay. Palms are going to plant. Right leg step straight back. Active lizard. Right heel over right toes. Hands are under the shoulders. You can hug that left thigh into that left tricep. And if you did so on the other side, you want a little bit more, lift that left foot. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 3. Leg dog on one. Left leg goes up and back. Left foot meets the right, and we'll meet in a child's pose. Hips to the heels, forehead to the mat. Remind yourself of that attention, that thoughtfulness, that kindness. Looking within yourself and feeling good about who you are in the world. Send that same energy, we radiate that same emotion when we're on our mat. We got a tiny bit of standing left to go. Tabletop position on the inhale. Right foot steps forward in between the hands. Curl the left toes, pick up the left leg, find your runners. And when you're ready, high lunge. Arms sweep high up overhead. Shoulders back up over the hips, find your legs. Reach and extend through the fingertips on the inhale. Take the hands back and behind you and interlace the fingers. Hips to the shoulder blades, down the back. Firm up the legs. Start to work the torso parallel to the mat. And then maybe drop the left shoulder down and gaze over the right. Keep the bind. Bring the heart back to center. And then you're going to open up the arms as you open to the left for a wide-legged forward fold with airplane arms. We're not folding, sorry, wide-legged stand. No fold just yet. Torso's parallel to the mat though. Nice job, you guys. Bring the weight forward in the bottoms of your feet. You're not pushing your butt back. Stay for the inhale, and then the right hand comes down underneath the nose to the mat or to a block, and the left hand goes high for a twist. Use that right hand to bring leverage forward in the feet, so we're not hanging in the hamstrings. Lift the kneecaps. Looks awesome. Take an inhale. If you bind, you can always bring the left hand to the small of your back, the inside of the right thigh. Exhale, let it go. Half lift, heart forward, flat back. Exhale, runners to the front of the room. Step forward. Halfway lift, heart forward, flat back. Exhale, fold. Root down and rise. Sweep the arms out and up overhead. Exhale, take the hands to your heart. Right leg is going to be our standing leg here. Grounded, hug muscle to bone. Pick up the left foot, left leg. Bring your knee and hip in one line and your knee and ankle in one line. So come all the way up into a one-legged mountain. Fire up your core so that you're not leaning back or leaning forward. Use that core to keep the shoulders and the hips in one line. Good. Lift that left knee just a little bit higher into your chest and then figure forward over the right side. Cross it over. Sit back into a pigeon. Feel that weight shift into the right heel. Flex the left foot. Find that 45-degree angle like we do in chair pose. Shoulders down the back. Awesome. Keep breathing. Find that drishti. Find that spot to gaze at that's not moving. Keeping the hands at the heart. Go ahead and bring that left knee back into the chest. And then Shiva squat. You're going to bring that left knee to the belly of that right calf. Flex that left foot a lot up towards the glutes. Feel the energy under that right heel. Keep the hands at the heart, or you can lower them to the mat or to your block. Hug everything into the midline. Good. Keep breathing. Okay. Come back up to that one-legged mountain. And then go right back down into that Shiva squat. One more time. Come back up into that mountain and go down into that Shiva squat. And then this ends with a half moon. Right hand to the mat or to a block. Right leg straightens, left leg extends, torso opens up to the left. Stack those shoulders. We've been doing a triangle and on our bent knee triangle. Right hand direct underneath the right shoulder, right thumb, right pinky toe in one line, maybe 8-10 inches apart. Press out through that left heel, flex that foot, breathe for 10. You fall up, you come back for 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Everything lets go on 1. Forward fold to the top edge of your mat. Feeling good, right? Let's finish it. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Plant the hands, step or jump back to a high plank. We're going to take one Shalabhasana in between sides. So rock forward on the toes and everybody lowers down to the belly. Forehead to the mat and arms reach to the back of the room. Your pelvis will root in ground and everything else will lift. On the inhale, arms up, legs up, head up, chest up. Think about lifting your thighs and lifting your ribs. Think about spreading your fingers and spreading your toes. Have a long neck. Good. Come up another inch on your inhale. Hold it with your exhale. One more in-breath, and then let it go on the exhale. Tabletop position. Hands and knees. Left foot steps forward in between the hands. Right toes curl and right leg lifts. When you're ready for your runners, open up into your high lunge. Left foot forward. Tim, switch your legs. Awesome. Reach and extend through the fingers. Take the hands back and behind you. Take non-habitual grip. So typically right thumb comes on top. Take the left thumb on top. Lift through the back of the heart. Keep the integrity of your legs. Start to work the torso forward. That belly button parallel to the mat, hovering above the thigh. Heads of the shoulders back, knuckles away from the low back. Good. And then if you want, add the twist. Drop that right shoulder down and open up to the left. You've got the twist, come back to center, and then sweep open, finding your wide-legged fold with the belly button parallel to the mat and the knuckles wide, and then open up the arm, and then the left hand comes down and the right arm goes up for the twist. Make sure the toes face forward or ever slightly turned in. Nice adjustments. If you bound on the other side, bind here. Take the right hand down. Halfway lift, runners to the front of the room. On your exhale, step both feet up, forward fold to the top edge. Halfway lift, heart forward, flat back. Exhale, fold. Root and rise, come to stand, Urdhva Hasana, and then hands come to the heart. Left leg's the grounded leg. Root it. Pick up the right. Knee and hip and knee and ankle. Think 90-degree angles in that right leg and fire up that core. Lift that right knee just a little bit higher into the chest and then cross it over the left thigh. Sit back, flex the right foot, shift into that left heel. Hinge at the hips, 45 degrees. Find your pigeon. First transition, slow, and then we move with the breath. Bring that right knee into the chest, and then move into your Shiva. Take that right knee to the belly of the left calf. Hug it and flex the foot up towards the glutes. Maybe the palms connect. We got 2 to go. Rise up on the inhale. Bring that right knee into the chest. Hands can come to the heart. Exhale, squat it back down. Right knee to the belly of that left calf. Maybe hands touch mat or block. Rise back up on the inhale. Hug that knee in. And then exhale, Shiva squat. Half moon. Plant that left hand. Straighten out the legs. Stack the hips. Open up the torso to the left, right side of the room. Awesome. Reach the crown of the head forward. And breathe. Stay. 10. Strong standing leg. Hug muscle to bone. 7, 6, 5, 4. Push out through the heel. 2 and 1. Let go. There's no fancy way to get there. We take a seat. Towel up. Take some water. All right, let's get some core in. Go onto the back. Head to the back wall, feet to the front wall. Let's take the legs up to the sky and the arms down alongside the body. You can push the palms into the mat. You can take the hands under the glutes for a little bit extra support into the low back. Throughout this whole thing, the low back has to be grounded. So as you start to lower the legs down, if you feel your low back lift, you stop. That's your edge, okay? All right, we're going to start by pointing the toes. Pull the navel in, root the low back, take an inhale. Exhale, start to lower the legs down to a count of 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Let them hover on 1 and flutter kick them for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. You're going to hold for 5. If you want to pick up the shoulders for the hold, we'll be here for 4, 3, 2, and 1. Shoulders down, legs up. I mean, the same thing, just a different. We're going to cross the legs, but we'll go down for 10, we'll cross for 8, and we'll hold for 5. So if you want to lift the shoulders for the hold, you're more than welcome. Flex the feet, lower the legs down, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. We're cross them right over left, left over right for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Shoulders down, legs up. Okay. Point the toes. Lower them down to a count of 10, 9, 8, 7, 6. 5 is only halfway. 4, 3, 2, 1. Flutter kick for 10, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Hold. Baby, lift the shoulders for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Shoulders down, legs up. That's it. Knees in the chest. Good. Walk the feet out wide, edges of the feet to the edges of the mat. Take the arms down alongside the body. Working into those obliques. We're going to crunch the shoulders up, and then you're going to reach the right fingers to the right toes and come back through center. Reach the left fingers to the left toes and come back through center. So your shoulders can stay lifted this entire time, or you can lower the upper body down in between sides. Whenever you're ready, crunch the shoulders up. Right fingers, right toes, back through center. Left fingers, left toes, back through center. Good. Go at your own pace. Get that oblique crunch. We're going to be here for 15 more seconds. Okay, go side to side. If the shoulders are up, eyes up, chin up, chest up. Pull that chest away, chin away from the chest. You can breathe. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Lower down on 1. So walk the feet in so they're hip distance. Okay, left foot plant, right leg goes up to the sky. We're going to push into that left foot, and we're going to lift that right leg up to the sky. And then you're going to lower down. And then you're going to lift, and you're going to lower down. So you can keep the arms down alongside the body. Okay, push into that left foot, and stamp that right leg on the ceiling and lower down. Good. Stamp that right leg on the ceiling and lower down. Good. Keep going. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4. Nice job. 3, 2, and 1. Lower down. Switch the legs. Push into that right heel. Left leg goes up, and then stamp that left foot onto the side. Push into that right heel. Good. Up and down. Nice work. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Lower down. We finish with 20 seconds of yogi bicycles. Knees to shelf, hands behind the ears. I'm going to actually look at the time so it's a real 20 seconds so I don't short you or make you do longer. Our 20 seconds starts right now. Go side to side, extend the opposite leg. Watch those knees. Try not to let them come any further than the hips so we don't lose those abdominals. Keep working. Keep breathing. You're halfway done. We got 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. That's it. Give yourself a very well-deserved full body stretch. Reach the arms up overhead and point the toes. What I want you to do is bring your knees into your chest. You can wrap your arms around your knees if you want, curl up into a little ball if you want to give yourself a hug. You're going to stay on the inhale, and then we're going to open up into a big X on the exhale. Reach the arms up and overhead and extend the legs. And we're going to do that 2 more times. Okay? We're going to hold this X for a round of breath, and then bring the knees into the chest, round and curl, hug everything in, and then use that exhale to open up. Get nice and big. You got lots of space. Take up a lot of room here. And then one more time, hug everything in. You can round and tuck, and then let everything go. Open up nice and wide. Nice. Couple deep breaths here. Go ahead and bring the knees back into the chest again. And then you're going to release the right leg straight out in front of you. Let the left foot come down to the mat, bending into it. Yep. And then you're going to let the left knee open up to the left for a supine tree. So maybe the sole of the left foot comes into the right thigh. If it touches, it touches. If it doesn't, it doesn't. You can keep the right leg active, okay, by pushing the right heel to the front of the room. And if you have the legs touching, pushing the left foot into that right thigh and the right thigh back into the left foot. If you want a more passive stance here, you can let those right toes just fall off to the side. Be really mindful, though, of your right hip and that you're not rotating onto that left side. So if that right hip is lifting pretty high away from the mat, you can use your right hand to rotate it back down. You could even place the block underneath that left outer thigh. Arms go wherever they want. Nice. Use your left hand to the outside edge of that left thigh to bring that left leg back up. Both knees can meet into the chest. And then left leg extends straight out. Bend into the right leg, plant the right foot, and then let that right knee drop open to the right. And again, match what you did before. So if you want that active stance, press out through the left heel, find the opposing energies. If you want the more passive stance, let the left toes just gently fall to the side. Watch the hips. Make sure you're not falling onto the right hip. Nice. Use the right hand to the outer right thigh. Lift that right leg. Then bring both knees into the chest. In dead bug or happy baby. So dead bug, hands stay on the shins below the knees, feet facing the front of the room, and knees split wider than the hips. Happy baby, watch the low back. Make sure you can keep your low back rooted on the mat. If you can't get the legs to stack and reach for the toes without lifting your low back, shift your hands somewhere else. Maybe the hands go to your ankles. Maybe they go to your shins. Maybe they go behind your knees, right? So it's not alignment over depth, it's not depth over alignment, right? We want the alignment. We want knees and ankles to stack. That posture is not available to you at all. Dead bug gives you the exact same stretch. Feet facing the front of the room, knees split wider, heels pressed to the front of the room, toes to you. 2 more breaths. Bring the knees into the chest and pick a side for a fetal position. Let the knees fall. Rotate onto that side. Reach that arm up overhead. Opposite arm can come down your body or in front of you for support. Two more breaths, and then we'll push up into a seated position with the legs out in front of us. And bring the legs all the way together, or even just a few inches between the legs, whatever feels best for you. Move some of that extra muscle out of the way. Pull the belly in, sweep the arms out and up. Gaze with the toes, lead with the heart. Paschimottanasana, seated forward fold. Pull the chest to the arms, elbows in tight, shoulders down the back. Press the backs of the legs into the floor. Flex the feet, heels to the front of the room, toes towards your nose. On the inhale, come up through center. We're going to cross with the ankles. Inhale, the arms are up overhead. Interlace the fingers. Reach up, and then we're going to pull the belly into the spine, round and tuck as the fingertips shift to the front of the room. Then on the inhale, you're going to reach up, release the hands, take them back and behind.